Here are the top 10 fastest HSW cars that are currently in the game. But before we get started, a huge shout out to Broughy 1322 for all of the top speeds that have been accurately tested by him. So be sure to check out his channel in the description and pinned comments below. Along with this, check out Broughy's Google Doc sheet for some of the most in-depth vehicle stats you can find across GTA Online. To begin with, the 10th fastest HSW car, we have got the Weaponized Ingus. The Ingus has a top speed of 145 miles per hour or 233 kilometers per hour. Although the Weaponized Ingus is not the fastest HSW car by any means, it does come with a built-in minigun on top of the car, which is surprisingly powerful. This gun also seems to weigh the car down, making the traction extremely good and giving the Ingus the best lap time on this list. You can purchase the Ingus only from the Warstock Cash and Carry website for a price of $4.5 million and HSW upgrade cost of $500,000. This does not include all of the other upgrades you can apply, such as the different HSW performance upgrades, so this car will cost you at least close to $5.5 million, but if you have the cash for this, I would say it is worth it. But this car cannot be used in HSW time trials, so something to keep in mind. For the 9th fastest HSW car, we have the Deveste 8. The Deveste 8 has a top speed of 151 miles per hour or 243 kilometers per hour. Similar to the Ingus, the Deveste 8 also has some of the best handling. You can also apply the off-road tires to the car to make it avoid different bumps in the road, and it will make the car more effective. You guys can find this car on the Legendary Motorsport website for a price of $1,795,000 with a HSW upgrade cost of $1,110,000. So even though the Ingus does cost a lot more, the Deveste 8 is still very expensive, but in terms of its performance, I would say the price of this car makes it well worth the money, and with the off-road tires, it really does make a good difference. Coming in at the 8th spot, this is the Entity MT. The MT has a top speed of 151.25 miles per hour or 243.4 kilometers per hour. What makes the MT also a great choice is its handling. It also has some great acceleration that can make it feel much faster than the car is. If you want to buy the MT, head over to the Legendary Motorsport website, and it will cost you $2,355,000 with a HSW upgrade cost of $850,000. Just like both cars before this will also be expensive, but again, I would say the MT is quite close in performance. Also, when taking racing lines, in my experience of playing and using these cars, the MT does seem to skid out a lot more than the Deveste 8 and Ingus, but in my opinion, it does look much better. For our 7th fastest HSW car, we have got the Turismo Classic. The Turismo Classic has now been moved up further in the top 10 list after some more retesting by Broughy. It was previously the 9th fastest car. It has a top speed of 151.5 miles per hour or 243.8 kilometers per hour. This car can be found on the Legendary Motorsport website for a price of $705,000 and a HSW upgrade cost of $897,000, making this just a little bit cheaper than the other cars so far. I would also say that the Turismo Classic is almost as good as the Ingus for taking the racing lines and tough corners. Altogether, just a great option. Moving over to the 6th car, we have the Bravado Banshee. The Banshee has a top speed of 152.75 miles per hour or 245.82 kilometers per hour. It can be purchased from the Benny's website, and I also believe the Legendary Motorsport website, for a price of either free with the Criminal Enterprise Pack or just $105,000 with a HSW upgrade cost of $1.8 million. This makes the Banshee one of the cheapest HSW vehicles that we currently have in the game. For this price and how fast the car is, I would say it is ideal as a sort of middle ground. The Banshee also looks incredible. Into the top 5, we have another HSW car that has been moved around with the retesting. This is now the Stirling GT. The GT has a top speed of 156.25 miles per hour or 251.56 kilometers per hour. Unfortunately, the GT was one of the cars removed by Rockstar Games a while ago, so the only way to get your hands on this is to wait for an event week where Rockstar add the car back into Simeon's Auto Shop or the test track, or instead have a friend who has this car and buy it from them inside the LS car meet. Just like the Deveste 8, the GT also also benefits from the off-road tyres, and it will help some of the handling. The price of the GT will vary with it being a removed vehicle. It is very likely it gets added back with discounts active, but the stock price of the Stirling GT is $975,000 with a HSW price of $900,000. Getting around to the fourth fastest HSW car, this is now the Karin S95. The S95 has moved up from the fourth spot with a top speed of 156.5 miles per hour or 251.86 kilometers per hour. The S95 is one of my personal favorite HSW cars. It just looks so clean, but compared to the other cars in this list, the S95 will skid out a lot more, but it is still controllable as long as you guys do not floor it all of the time. The S95 comes in at a price of just under $2 million and a HSW price of $525,000. Breaking into the top 3 fastest HSW cars, we have the Vigero ZX. The ZX has a top speed of 158 miles per hour or 254.2 kilometers per hour. The Vigero ZX has two different types, the standard ZX or the convertible. Both of them have the same top speed, although it was believed that the convertible was slightly faster before. You can buy the Vigero ZX from the Southern San Andreas Super Autos website for a price of $2.2, nearly $2.3 million. This will be the convertible version, which also has a HSW cost of $522,000. Whilst the standard Vigero has a price of just under $2 million and a HSW price of $550,000. So if you want to get this car, I would probably pick the standard version and save some cash. Now for the second fastest HSW car, this is still the Ubermac Niobe. The Niobe has a top speed of 159.5 miles per hour or 256.6 kilometers per hour. Out of all of the HSW vehicles, the Niobe has the second best lap time, only losing out to the Weaponized Ingus. With its excellent traction and ridiculous acceleration, it is extremely hard to beat this car. You can find this car on the Legendary Motorsport website for a price of just under $1.9 million with a HSW upgrade cost of $1.8 million. For this price tag, it is expensive, but I think this is well worth it for how well this car handles whilst also maintaining the very top speed. And now for the first and still the fastest HSW car, we have got the Broughy Itali GTO Stinger TT. The Stinger TT still holds up its top speed at 168.5 miles per hour or 271.1 kilometers per hour. So a little under 10 miles per hour faster than the Niobe at full speed, which is absolutely unbelievable. The Stinger TT does come with a huge price tag of $2.3, nearly $2.4 million, and this will only be for the standard vehicle, with the HSW upgrade being just slightly over $1.4 million. So super pricey, but if you care about the fastest car in the game, this will be well worth it. Not only is it the fastest non-special car, it can also have the Amanitech upgrades, making this an even better choice for those of you who play in GTA Online public lobbies. So altogether, what do you guys think about all of these vehicles? Make sure that you leave a comment down below and let me know your favorite one. Currently in the game, I think my favorite is probably the Weaponized Ingus. It is by no means the fastest, but with just how well it takes corners, I really do like this, and I have grown to like the gun on top of the vehicle. I think it helps, especially in different missions. But yeah guys, once again, make sure to check out Broughy's channel in the comments below, along with the Google Docs sheet so that you guys can check all of these speeds yourself. And if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in some way, shape or form, make sure to leave a like. I really appreciate your support. And if you are new here, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. A huge shout out to this channel member. And finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.